Imagine you're attending an Italian class and the teacher says something you don't quite understand, but you're too afraid to ask them to repeat or to say you didn't understand. You don't want to use English or your native language because it's an Italian class, but you're really not sure how to ask these questions in Italian and you don't want to sound wrong. If this sounds like something that may happen to you, I'm here to help. Today, I will teach you the very top 7 essential phrases that you need in this kind of situations. I will explain exactly how to say them, what they actually mean, and how to use them correctly, so that next time you will be able to interact in your Italian class with perfect confidence. So, iniziamo! Let's begin! So the first sentence that we need when we start having a conversation is definitely, can you repeat please? That in Italian is, può ripetere, per favore? Può ripetere, per favore? Now, this is the formal version. What does it mean? It means that if you're asking this question to a stranger, for example, while you're visiting Italy, or to a person you have a formal relationship with, please remember to use this form to avoid sounding rude. So, può ripetere, per favore, is the formal version of this question. But if you are asking this to a language partner or to a teacher you're familiar with, you can definitely use the informal form, which is puoi ripetere, per favore? Puoi ripetere, per favore? As you can notice, the difference is only in the first word, which is the form of the verb potere, which means may. So this is crucial to sound polite. So in the informal version is puoi. In the formal one is può. So really take your time to articulate the vowels correctly, especially in this informal form, puoi. You really want to make the I sound clear. Puoi. Va bene? Okay. Now, in both cases, remember to use per favore, which means please, and remember that you can download the flashcards from this lesson on my Telegram channel so that you can review these phrases easily anytime you need to. Just follow the link in the description below. Okay, let's move on to the second sentence, the second phrase. What if you want to say, sorry, I don't understand? That in Italian is mi dispiace, non ho capito. Mi dispiace, non ho capito. Now, non ho capito means literally I didn't understand. And this is really important to notice because what happens, the most common mistake that I see students make when they want to say I don't understand is that they translate it literally and they say non capisco. Well, although that makes sense in English because in English you say I don't understand, in Italian we say that differently, so it doesn't sound completely correct because that's not how we would say that. What we literally say is I didn't understand. So keep this in mind whenever you want to say I'm sorry I don't understand. In Italian we say mi dispiace, non ho capito. Okay, let's move on. Third phrase, more slowly, please. That in Italian is più lentamente, per favore. Più lentamente, per favore. And say this way, you don't really need to change it for formal or informal, so it works perfectly all the times. Fourth phrase is actually a question. Let's suppose you want to know how to say a word in Italian that you don't know, so you need to ask, how do you say and the word? In Italian, we say come si dice? Come si dice? And then, of course, you add the word that you want to know, the Italian form. So, let me give you an example. Let's suppose we want to ask, how do you say word in Italian? That would be, come si dice word? And the reply would be, si dice parola. So that's how we say word in Italian, parola. Okay, now let's learn how to say, how do you spell it? In Italian, how do you spell a specific word? Well, in Italian, we have two options for this question. The first one, which is the most authentic Italian one, because it's the actual way we ask this question, is come si scrive? Come si scrive? So what we're literally asking is not how do you spell it, but how do you write it? And that's how we actually ask this question in Italian. You know, the most authentic, probably the most natural way to ask that in Italian. But for this one, we actually have another version that's quite common nowadays, which is, can you spell it? And we ask it as, può fare lo spelling? Può fare lo spelling? So literally, can you spell it? Can you make the spelling of it? So remember, this is the formal form. Può fare lo spelling? Remember what we said before? Può is formal. If you need the informal version of this, that's puoi fare lo spelling? Puoi fare lo spelling? And as always, take your time to really pronounce the puoi clearly. And if you ask these questions, after that, the other person will spell the word for you. So you need to be prepared. So make sure to watch my Italian alphabet pronunciation playlist if you need to brush up your Italian alphabet pronunciation. I will leave the link in the description. Okay, last but not least, what if you can understand the word but you don't know what it means? Well, don't be afraid to ask. What does it mean in Italian is cosa significa? Cosa significa? Let me give you an example. Cosa significa parola? Significa word. Giusto? Perfetto. So there you have it, 7 essential Italian phrases that you need to know for any Italian conversation. You can use them anytime for your Italian practice, whether you're attending an Italian class or practicing conversation with an Italian teacher or an Italian language partner. If you like this video and want more like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment with your request. Buona giornata! Have a great day! Ciao da Valentina!